we're talking about when you get older and that time clock finally tells you that, hey, ding, 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 it's over for you. For modern day women, hit that like button and subscribe.
Covered something. Single and over 50. It's not about
Fellas, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a hard-hitting reality check. Why more and more men are avoiding dating older women? Many believe they had all the time in the world. But now, as reality sets in, they're realizing the dating game isn't what they expected. Let's break it all down and uncover why men are walking away. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Deserve more, and
I'm gonna be 40 about 5
the
months.
value goes down.
To be honest, it's actually freaking me out a little bit. And the reason why is because I always thought that I'd be in a different place in my life when I turned 30. I actually thought that when I turned 30, but I thought I would be married by a certain age.
Now, if you thought that when you was 30, before you was 30,
but I do want
and now you're 40, what's the
I'm
problem?
going to use this platform instead of advertising.
You're the common
What I do
denominator.
for a living. More so make like little vlogs of what it's like to be single at my age, and to show you guys that like there's so much more than just getting married and having kids. Although it's something that I do want, you can still live a very fulfilling life if you don't have kids.
She's sitting right there, staring at the camera, and you can see it in her face. Panic. She's turning 40 in a few months, and it's freaking her out. Why? Because this is not where she thought she'd be in life. When she was 30, she told herself, by 40, I'll be married. I'll have kids. I'll have my dream life. But now, nothing. No husband. No kids. Just time flying by faster than she ever imagined. And here's the truth. She did this to herself. She had years to build the life she wanted. But she wasted them thinking she had all the time in the world. She told herself she was focusing on her career, having fun, and waiting for the right one. But let's be real. She was rejecting good men, chasing the excitement, and assuming that a perfect guy would just fall into her lap when she was ready. She thought she had options forever. She believed she could put off commitment. And when she finally wanted to settle down, the perfect man would be there waiting. But that's not how life works. And now, reality is hitting her like a truck. She's realizing that the men she once overlooked, they moved on. They got married, started families, and built the life she thought she could just step into whenever she wanted. But she waited too long. This isn't bad luck. This is the consequence of her choices. She's not single because men are trash. She's not single because dating is hard. She's single because she wasted her best years believing she had endless time. And now she's panicking because deep down she knows she played herself.
Being single and child-free or any combination of that is not a tragedy. So maybe it's time for just like a little reframe. We are always in control of our lives, and we are the curator of our own joy. Nobody gets to take that shit away from you. It's so important to find joy at whatever phase of life we're in, right? Because life is always just going to fucking show up, and it's going to throw things at us, and it's always just going to life, and it's always going to be messy and crazy and chaotic. And if we allow outside circumstances to be the determining factor on whether or not we're happy or joyful, we're always just going to be at the mercy of what is happening outside of ourselves. And that's what makes me feel like there's always shit happening to us instead of us being in control of our lives and our own joy. Because we are in control. So how about this? How about looking at ways that you can bring more joy into your life right now in this moment, regardless of the circumstances? Because again, you are always in control of it.
Sci-fi.
So again, you are always in control. And it may not look how you thought it would look or should look, but that's your figure out how you find joy right here, right now. Because I promise that it's there.
So let me help. Where to start? I have an entire single child free private group and network of people across the country who are single child free, who just want to connect, who are looking to do cool shit. So just know that you're not alone, and there are people you just have to go and put in the effort to go and find them. So click the link in the bio and join the group. And tap into the podcast this week. I chatted
bring joy into their life.
Single leader, empowering badass Shani Silver, just ways that you can feel more in control and really take back your agency and reframe what it means to be single. Because it's not an end-all be-all. There is nothing complete about it. So please tap into the podcast. It's one of my faves, and she is Chef's Kiss. So you're always in control of your life. You're the curator of your own joy. I don't give a shit if you have to put that in every post that you know. Mantra that, believe it, and say it to yourself many times as needed. And thanks for being here. Stick around. There's more of this. All right, y'all. You got this.
She's sitting there, confidently saying, being single and child-free is not a sad tragedy. Sure. That's what she tells herself. But the reality? Her actions say otherwise. If it's so great, why does she keep bringing it up? Why does she feel the need to defend every chance she gets? Why does she look at her friends with families and secretly wonder, did I make the right choice? Here's the thing. If you have to convince everyone and yourself that you're happy, you're probably not. She spent her prime years chasing fun, independence, and freedom, thinking she could always settle down later. But now, later is here, and the life she dismissed, the one she thought would trap her, it's the life she's realizing she actually wanted. She told herself marriage and kids were too much work. But now, she's working twice as hard just to fill the void. She convinced herself that women don't need men. But when she comes home after a long day, there's no one waiting. No husband. No kids. Just silence. And here's the kicker. Nobody cares. Nobody is looking at her and saying, "Oh no, poor thing." Because this is exactly what she chose. She thought she was dodging responsibility. But what she really dodged was fulfillment.
I discovered something. Single and over 50. It's not about what's missing in my life. It's about personal growth. I'm smarter now. I have more freedom. More chances to create a life that suits me without compromise. Embrace the journey. Better days are coming, I promise. You have to know that you are enough. You really are. And yes, there are days that are lonely. But it's also an opportunity for you to make new connections, self-discovery, new interest. The most important thing that you need to do is embrace it. The sooner, the better. I promise.
Embrace being lonely.
Remember, it's not about what's missing. It's about growing. Sending you my love always. I love you.
So wait, if you need to grow,
She's sitting there at 50 years old, telling everyone she's smarter now, has more freedom, and more chances to create a life that suits her without compromise. But let's be real. Who is she trying to convince? If life is so amazing at 50 with no husband and no kids, why is she even talking about it? Why does she feel the need to justify her choices to the world? Happy people don't do that. She spent decades believing she was outsmarting life, dodging commitment, avoiding responsibility, and refusing to settle. But now, she has nothing to show for it. No family, no legacy, just freedom. And freedom sounds great when you're 25. When you're 50, it means eating dinner alone. It means coming home to an empty house every night. It means realizing nobody is waiting for you. She talks about no compromise like it's some great victory. But guess what? A life with no compromise is just a life with nobody in it. Because every meaningful relationship, whether it's marriage, friendship, or family, requires compromise. And that's the real truth. She didn't win. She lost.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. How are y'all doing? I'm off work for the next 2 days, so I'm gonna clean. Say that. Anyway, how are y'all doing? So what do I want to talk about today? It is about being single. I was talking to my friend Ryan last night, and he's so sweet. And he said, Amy, I've always wanted somebody to see the beauty in you, how beautiful you are, and appreciate you, for the good person that you are. And nobody has ever seen it. And I said, that's so sweet, Ryan. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. But like right now, I'm not even looking for it. If somebody comes along and sees my beauty and wants to date me, like I'm so happy being single right now. I can't even tell you. I've talked about it before. And here's the thing. There are boys that are asking me out. It's not like I can't get a date. And please understand. I know what I bring to the table. I know when I walk into a room that I'm looking like a Bulgarian potato picker / librarian all mixed in one. I have no delusions about what is walking into that room. Now don't come at me. I'm not being negative. I love myself. I'm so comfortable with myself. I think I'm cute as a button. But I know I'm not Cindy Crawford. And when I'm on a dating profile, I will put the ugliest picture of me, like looking real like bad. Because I don't want any surprises. I want you to see the absolute worst of me. And so knowing this walks in a room. Can I tell you, I still don't have trouble getting a date. And that's not me bragging. That's me wondering how. Okay. My cat's outside my door screaming at me. I'll take care of him in a minute. But I've been talking to a few guys, and they're convinced I'm the woman of their dreams, and I'm like, boo-boo. Sometimes I can't even handle my own self. Like you really don't know what you're getting into. All that to say, I'm happy. I'm loving my life. I'm loving that my stuff goes into my closet, and there's no room for anybody else's stuff. I really don't think anyone understands what it would take to date me, because I tried to date that guy this summer, and he literally got mad at me. Called me yelling at me within the week because I didn't want to see him every day. I couldn't. I had plans. Before I met the man, I made plans. And he got mad because that week I couldn't see him every day. Like yelling at me. And I said, no, these expectations, I have a life. I'm so happily single. If you see me and want to date me, you are barking up the wrong tree. I love my life. You would have to jump through so many hoops to date me, and you certainly couldn't see me every day. And you couldn't keep your stuff here. So who wants that? You know. So I love you guys. Let me live my single life in peace. Y'all have a great day.
She's over 50 years old, sitting there, saying she loves being single and happy. But if she was really so happy, why does she need to announce it? Why does she need to keep telling everyone that she's thriving? Because deep down, she knows she's not. For decades, she told herself that settling down wasn't for her. She chased freedom and independence, convinced that relationships and family would just hold her back. And now she's alone. She doesn't have a husband to share memories with. No kids to visit her on the weekends. No family to grow old with. Just happiness. Or at least that's what she's trying to convince herself. Because here's the thing. Nobody needs to prove their happiness if they're actually happy. You don't see fulfilled wives and mothers making videos about how amazing their lives are. They're too busy living those amazing lives. She spent her youth rejecting commitment. Now she's in her 50s, trying to rewrite the narrative. But the truth is simple. She didn't choose happiness. She chose loneliness. And now she's trying to make it sound like a victory.
So I have a question for my family. You might actually find this humorous. I met a guy the other day at the post office. As I was walking out, he came up to me and he said, I really wanted to speak to you inside, but it was a really long line, so I waited for you out here, and I would really like to get your number because I think you're really pretty. And I'm like, okay. We spoke for 5 minutes, and I said, probably not going to hear from him. But he called like an hour later, and said, let's get together for coffee. I said, great. Where do you want to meet? He said, Dunkin' Donuts. I said, okay, no problem. We met. We spoke for about an hour, and then he said he had to leave. And I said, all right, well, that was a short date, but it went well, I was laughing. He was laughing. I thought we had a nice time. He calls me the next day and says that he wants to get together again. I said, great. Okay. He says, by the way, I didn't ask you. What do you like to do for fun? And I said, well, I live by the beach, so I like to walk on the shore, on the boardwalk, and I like to go bike riding, and I love going on TikTok. So I heard a laugh. And I said, did I say something funny? And he said, tick tock. And I said, yes, tick tock. And he says to me, so what do you like to dance and sing? And I said, I don't dance. No. I said, I don't actually sing. I said, but I do like to lip sync to songs that I like. And I said, I have people on there that actually like the songs that I sing. And there's a family of like lip syncers of people that like songs, and we share music, and it's fun. And I said, I do that, and I also speak about politics. And I make jokes. He starts laughing. And then hangs up. I'm like, hello? There was just dead silence. Back in the day, you would actually hear the phone hang up. Now it's just like, did you get disconnected or something? And he never called me again. So this is my question. If you were to meet somebody, you're single, if you were to meet somebody, and they tell you that they're on TikTok, I mean, other than me stripping, like showing people my body, what is the big deal with what I do? It's just something I do for fun. Is it that big of a deal? Is it a turn off to people? I guess maybe if you're not on TikTok, you don't understand. Maybe TikTok people understand, and non-TikTok people don't understand what we do and why we do it, and how much fun we have doing it. I don't know. What do you think?
She went on a coffee date. It went well. They had a decent conversation. Nothing crazy. Nothing awkward. Just a normal, solid first meetup. A few days later, the guy calls her up for another date. So far, so good. But then he asks her, "What are some of your favorite things?" And what does she say? Going to the beach waterway. Lip syncing songs. I like microphone. TikTok. Mobile phone. And just like that, click. Call ended. Dude didn't even argue. Didn't make an excuse. Just hung up and disappeared. Now, why do you think that happened? Because the second she said TikTok, he knew exactly the type of woman he was dealing with. He doesn't want to be the next background extra in her thirst trap videos. He's not trying to end up in some viral dating horror story because she didn't like the restaurant he picked. He's not about to invest in a woman who spends hours performing for strangers online instead of actually building something real. He saw the red flags instantly and did what smart men do. He walked away. And that's the thing. Men are paying attention now. They're looking past the pretty face and asking, what kind of woman am I actually dealing with? And when the answer is TikTok addiction, validation seeking, and attention chasing, yeah, they're out.
I posted a video that asked a question. Why are guys that I'm interested in not interested in me, and guys that are interested in me, I'm not interested in them? And I asked this because I was very frustrated in that moment. Because I'm still getting over a guy that I was seeing in the fall that hurt me really bad. It was going so well. And he blindsided me. Totally blindsided me. And that hurts. And it still stings really bad today. But then I also have a very good guy friend here in Arizona that he would drop everything for me. And I appreciate that, and I love our friendship. But he has flat out said that he just wishes that I saw him as more of a friend because we'd be perfect together, married, and live this life. He also called me yesterday, and he's like, I have a surprise for you. I'm like, okay. He's like, this is for you and your neighbor. Okay. He said, I know you're going to Moriamallin in the summer. I got you and your neighbor a hotel room for the night. Now, I probably should think this is very sweet and generous, but it's kind of like just too much for me. If I was dating this person and they did that, it would be so different. But as a friend, it's just like trying too hard. And even if I was dating you, like not seriously dating you, but dating you, it might give off like trying too hard vibes. So I didn't say that to make it seem like I'm too good for people because I never had that mentality that I'm too good for people or whatever. I said that because I'm just still trying to process like losing someone that I really liked, and then I have someone that likes me that I don't reciprocate those feelings. Like he's a great friend, and I wouldn't want to jeopardize that. And I just have like brother vibes with him. So that's why I posted that.
So let me get this straight. He's nice. He treats you well. He listens. He respects you. He's consistent. He actually cares. But you're just not attracted to him. No romantic chemistry. No spark. It's not that he's a bad guy. He's just not your guy. Got it. But here's the funny thing. That same guy who's too nice for you. If he suddenly started ignoring your texts, acting distant, or showing interest in another woman, you'd start wondering why. You'd suddenly be curious. Because let's be real. Women always say they want a nice guy, but they don't actually want him. They want the idea of him. They want a guy who treats them well, but only if he comes in the right package. If he's too available. Too available? Boring. If he's too respectful? No challenge. If he doesn't make her anxious? Must not be exciting enough. So what happens? Women ignore the good guys who would actually build something with them. And instead, they chase the dudes who don't care. The ones who make them wait. The ones who are a little toxic, a little distant. Because that's exciting, right? Then years later, when those exciting guys have left them heartbroken and single at 35, they come back looking for that nice guy, only to realize he's long gone. So listen up, kings. Stay out of the friend zone. Stop wasting your time. If she can't see your value now, don't stick around hoping she'll wake up later. She won't. Find someone who sees you before she's desperate. Before she's tired of the games. Before she's suddenly ready at 37. Because you deserve better.
So I put the post up about dating again. DMs are popular. I'm grateful for that. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. And I fall from a bitch. And this goes for my other friends who are in the dating field. After 45, this is things we don't want to deal with, okay? I'm not a person to judge, and I'm not perfect. If you grow and your place looks like the Department of Sanitation, don't invite me over. One foul smell out the door. I don't care. And you want Percy, clean your damn place up. Texting all day. I don't have text all day long. I don't need you to be sending memes all day long. Got my friends for that. Kids, I'm basically not the one. Kids are grown. Three times my time. Not waiting for anybody with patience and all this other shit. If I have to travel 25 minutes to get to you, don't hit me up. Stop me. You're not a social butterfly. Respect gonna make your way out the damn door with me. Have a good day till next time.
Oh, so now that you're 45 or 50, you suddenly don't have patience for the BS? Let me guess. Back in your 20s and 30s, when men wanted to commit, you were busy chasing the fun, the excitement, the guys who didn't text back, the ones who kept you on edge. But now that you've outgrown all that, now that time has caught up, suddenly you're the one setting the rules. Let's be real. It's not that you don't have patience for the BS. It's that you don't have time for it anymore. Because let's be honest, when you were younger, you tolerated plenty of nonsense. You put up with toxic guys, bad dates, situationships, all of it. Why? Because you had options. But now, the dating pool is different. The guys who wanted to commit back then, they're married now. The men you overlooked moved on. Now you're in your late 40s or 50s, scrolling through dating apps full of men who either don't want commitment or aren't even close to what you used to want. Now you don't have patience for the BS because you can't afford to. But the real question is, do you think those men, the ones you ignored for years, are lining up now to deal with your no patience attitude? Because here's the reality. The men who actually have their lives together, the ones with stability, character, resources, they're not looking for a woman who's suddenly ready after decades of playing the game. They're looking for someone who was ready from the start.